All right, it's time for race number 5 in the 94 Winston Cup season. This one's at Darlington. Quick look at the points. I'm in 5th. Lost a couple spots after that race at Atlanta where there was this huge wreck down the front straightaway. Looks like so far Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt are the only drivers that have won races. But 5th is a pretty good spot. I'm happy with where I'm at, and that's all going to change. The season is still really early. I made one change to the Darlington track, so this is the qualifying modifier. I increased it a little bit just because in the 92 season I ran, I qualified on the pole really easily. So with it where it is, I think I'll qualify somewhere between like 17th and 27th. Somewhere right in there, depending on the weather. All right, so this is the spring race in Darlington, and in 94, this was the first time they only ran 400 miles in the spring. So 100% is 293 laps, 41 cars, 100%, realistic, all boxes checked. And I'm just using the Qualify Fast setups. And let's go to qualifying. Cloudy 73. Car can be really slippery when it's cloudy. Just got to be a little more careful. But if it's cloudy for the race, I think I'll be a little faster. Slippery there.
Okay, here comes your first time lap.
I don't mind the clouds, but I wish it was a little warmer if it's going to be cloudy. If it's cloudy and 80 something, that would be much better. Oops. All right, how did I do? Okay, cloudy and 80 is not bad. 26th. Okay, I'm fine with that. I do want to check where I'm at on pit road, but with it being warmer, that should help with the handling, so it won't be as skatey with the clouds being out. And starting on the outside, it's not a big deal here. There's only 2 lanes. So if I start on the outside, I can kind of like move down a little bit, and then the inside line won't try and pass. So it's really easy to get single file going into turn 1 here, even starting on the outside. Yeah, let's see where my pit stall's at. Okay, I'm before start finish.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
All right, right at 3,500, so I'll try and keep it at 3,250. There are those little like walls that jut out on pit road.
Okay,
So
you're clear of pit lane.
Check and make sure there's not one around me. And you can't go above that yellow line or they'll give you a penalty for not exiting the pit safely. Getting on pit road can be tricky here, but I don't think it'll be too big a deal.
Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Okay, there's one of those little juts. for the 76. Okay, right here. All right, so pit road should be pretty simple. Hopefully I won't have to deal with having to pull in front of Marlin. All right, let's take a look at qualifying here. So I'm parking behind Greg Sachs in front. Oh, Bobby Labonte in the 22, not Marlin. Marlin was in the 22 in 91 and 92. All right, so I'm parking behind Sachs and in front of Bobby Labonte. All right, that should be fine. All right, how's the weather? Cloudy 80. Okay. Not too bad. I don't like the cloudiness, but
drivers,
if it's
to your
80,
cars.
I think it'll be all right. All right, I'm ready to go.
Drivers, start your engines!
Probably should have looked at where other people qualified. I don't see anyone super fast in the back. Maybe Musgrave. Yeah, Musgrave may be trying to get to the front early. So I'll watch out for him if he comes up behind me. In front, maybe watch out for Strickland in the 23 and Grissom. Spencer. Those guys will be moving backwards. But it all looks pretty good. Fast cars up front, slow cars in the back. All right. Got to be careful on the green flag. If I floor it, the car just goes sideways. So I'm going to be really careful with the gas and try and move down just a little bit. And then maybe I can block off Labonte or Andretti. And then I should be able to stay in front of those guys, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. All right, here we go.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
Yeah, see, there's a nice pocket opened up already. Oh, sorry, Rick. My bad. On the outside.
Outside. Still there.
All right, I got no damage.
Clear. Outside.
All right, Rick owes me one. Got to try and watch out for him for the rest of the race.
Clear. Outside. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside.
I hate that I got into Rick there. I tell myself that they kind of stack up going into 3 on the start and restarts, but is what it is. He had just a little bit of bumper damage. He should be fine.
Clear outside.
They'll get it fixed. All right, let's lock in here. A little too early to be going side by side there. It works if you can get up under them in turn one, then you can pass them in the middle of the corner, but trying to get under them in the middle there and come off side by side, that's a little more dangerous. It's not worth it this early in the race. If I could stay with him going into one, then he'll let me have it. I think that's a much better way to pass. Just get the run off this turn here, going hit the wall. Okay. Strickland is starting to pressure me a little bit. Gotta stay off that apron, that's not good. Alright, I want to get by Marlin here, but I gotta be patient. Gotta be patient.
Outside. Still there.
Stay with him. Alright, I should have him here.
Clear outside.
Alright, how far am I behind the leader? About 12 seconds. Alright, pit stop should be around 67 to lap 70. I think the AI will start pitting on 67. I think I'll pit on about lap 70. Like to stay out for a lap or two. The AI like to wreck under pit stops. So I want to stay out and see if I can catch a caution. But at the same time, I don't want to lose too much time. This car's on fresh tires, it'll just be blowing by everybody. I don't like that my car is kind of bottoming out going into turn 1 there. It's doing that like every lap. And Strickland is still kind of pressuring me. I don't like it. All right, I think I'm gonna let him go here.
Inside. Clear.
It's a huge gap back to the next position, so. Oh, Strickland may be pretty good in this race. Oh, someone blew up. It's a free spot. Said Jeff Gordon. Whoa, what is Strickland doing, man?
Car inside. Clear.
It's like Strickland thought he had to take evasive action to get around Jeff Gordon or something. Went into that corner all weird. And I almost drifted up into him.
Inside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear.
already 2 seconds of a lap slower on these worn tires versus at the beginning of the run. I imagine that best lap was probably like lap 2 or something. All right, how far am I behind the leader? Oh, that's tires. 20 seconds. All right, they're starting to really get on the brakes going into 3 on the worn tires. All right, hopefully the leaders are in lap cars now and I can gain some time on them. Hopefully. I wouldn't be as surprised if there's a caution on the first green flag pit sequence. So I'm thinking as long as I stay on the lead lap, by the time we get to pit stops, I think I'll be okay. Let's see, what lap are we on? 46? We got about 20 more laps. He's getting such a good run coming off 4. I'd like to try and get a run on him off turn 2. And then dive under him going into 3. Just not quite.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
There we go. All right, how's the tires look? They look okay. Yeah, right front looks okay. Should be able to make it to the first stop in about 15 laps. Little high there. A little too high. Alright, I'm pulling away from Strickland. I'm catching the dudes in front of me. So it looks like I'm a little better at the end of the run. That's how I'd prefer it. How's the tire looking? Not great. Squirrely off that corner. Seconds. All right, if there's not a caution on this green flag pit sequence, I think once it's all cycled through, I'm probably going to be a lap down. If not, then I'll go a lap down within a couple laps after. Okay, I see some smoke in turn one there.
The leader's pitting now.
Okay, the leader's already pitting on 64. Usually they go to about 67. How's my tire looking? Not good, but it's still okay. All right, now with cars on fresh tires coming out here, they're going to be super fast. I'm not even going to try and get in front of Rusty here. And hopefully they'll run some slower car over. Whoa, almost into the wall. Hopefully they'll run some slower car over and we can get a caution. I'll give them a couple laps to try it. All right, looks like pretty much everyone's coming in now. All right, I think I'm gonna have to come in next lap. Hopefully Waltrip doesn't run me over here. Just go, buddy. Just go. You can go.
Still there. Clear.
Stay out of the way.
Car outside.
Ooh, it's on that
Clear
line.
outside. The leader's pitting now.
All right, I'm pitting. Enough of this. All right, I'm good. I'm good.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Go, go, go! Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
All right, tires are really cold, less than 100 degrees. Gotta be careful. Car's gonna handle all different.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Really slippery here. There goes Earnhardt. And there goes
Outside.
Rusty.
Clear.
All right, let the tires come up to temperature. Is that the 2 liters? No, that's second and third. All right, I lost a lot of spots and a lot of time staying out as long as I did, but I have little pressure tires and I'm faster than the leaders here. Let me have it, Rusty.
Car outside. Clear.
Thank you. That was not a good turn 2. All right, I'd like to know who the leader is and where they're at. But I'm a little nervous about pressing the buttons. Oh, Ernie Irvin has a huge lead, okay. But if I remember, I think Ernie was probably the leader, and he pit first, and he pit on like lap 65, which was really early. I think I pit on probably 68. I'm between Earnhardt and Rusty, so I'm about 12 seconds back from Irvin. Man, I'm back a little farther than I'd like to be, but it's just hard to be willing to pit early when you know there's a good chance a caution's going to come out on the pit stops.
Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear. Outside. Clear.
Come on.
Outside. Still there. Clear. Outside. Still there. Clear.
Well, I was fighting Strickland for what, 19th in the first run. He must have pit way early because he looks really slow here. Let me have it. Thank you. If I could get the runoff too, I could pass these guys, but I'm just not getting the runoff too like I should be. All right, Joe, let me go here, please. Thank you.
Clear.
It's terrifying trying to work past all these cars here. But I think that's what makes it fun. Alright, I'm back where I was about when I pitted. And Todd Bodine and Musgrave have now fallen back a little bit. So I think on the whole, I'm making progress. Am I close enough? I don't think so. Not quite. I'm hanging with Earnhardt. I mean, he hasn't pulled away by too far on me. So with pitting when I did, I mean, my car's pretty fast. have to be patient. Still a long way to go. Come on, you guys. Just get out of the way. Just be patient. Be patient. All right, Rusty's behind me. These guys in front of me, they're looking, but they're not making moves. Come on, Marlin, let me in here. Don't hit the apron.
Outside. Clear outside.
All right, here we go.
Car outside. Clear.
All right, Rusty is caught up to me, but I think I'm probably faster than him. If I could just get around some top of line here.
Car outside. Still there. Still there.
All right, I should get him in turn one here.
Clear outside.
Oh, here comes
Car
Rusty.
inside. Clear.
You can't fight those guys coming off turn two. Right when I get some smooth sailing, now I got two more cars in front of me.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Rusty. Just go, man.
Still there. Clear inside.
No, don't
Car
put me on the outside.
Clear inside.
All right, if people pit on 65, then the next set of pit stops should be on 130. All right, 165 plus 65 is 130. It's 116. We got about 15 laps. And I know I'm faster than Rusty here. Please, Mr. Wallace, get the hell out of the way. I just can't get the run coming off the turn. Gotta be patient though, still a long way to go.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
Nope. Come on, Rusty. I would let you go, man.
outside.
Let me go, Rusty.
Clear outside. Car outside.
Alright, I got him into one.
Clear outside.
Now he's side by side with Marlin, so I can pull away a little bit.
Outside.
God, got on the apron again.
Still there. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear. Pitting now.
Man, that seems really early, but that's Ernie Irvin. He's like short pitting it from the lead. Tire looks okay.
The yellow flag is out. Let's go.
Okay.
Race back to the line. We got trouble in turn 2.
Turn 2. Hensley is parked in the middle of the track. What is Musgrave doing? Don't be an idiot, man.
Pit road is closed. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 95 car.
I don't think I got back on the lead lap. Yeah, Shepard was the leader, so I'm still stuck a lap down. 14th. Alright, so I'll pit next time. Man, if Shepard had pit the lap before, I would have made up my lap.
We can't pit this time by. We're not on the lead lap.
That was a tricky last run with Rusty in there, lap cars in there, trying to come up through the positions. I think I went from 20, I think I came out in 29th and was up to like 17th, so I had to pass a whole bunch of guys. All right, well, I'm still stuck a lap down. That sucks. Could have made up that lap if I had been in front of Shepard. Be pretty sweet to be in 14th on the lead lap, but whatever. If I have a good pit stop, I can be first in line. That'll be a little less scary than starting in the middle of the mess. All right, well, I'll be pitting this time. Unless people who already pit under green don't pit, then I'll be in the middle of the mess.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight.
Jesus. Did I hit him?
Go, go, go! Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. The pace cars in turn 1. The pace cars in turn 2. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 5 car.
All right, are all these guys on the lead lap? 6, 9, 12, 14, 15, 16. That's just about everybody except, yeah, Earnhardt and Marlin are on the tail end, so they'll be in the very front. I'm sure Ward Burton is laps down. Yeah, he's in 36th. So Ward Burton will be first in line. And then, where's Rusty? I don't see Rusty. Yeah, okay, Rusty. All right, so it'll be Ward Burton, Rusty, then me. I'll be third in line on the inside. If I can start that far up.
Next time by. We're now on the lead lap. Get on the inside line. Stay behind the 2 car on the inside line.
All right, if I start up here and I can get a little buffer on some of these guys, they'll definitely be faster than me. They'll be wanting to pass me, but hopefully I can get in a spot where I can kind of let them go one at a time and not be just like stuck on the outside in 1 and 2, and then everyone, the whole field's going by. That'll be scary. All right, we'll see how it goes. Almost at halfway. Tires are even colder than they were at the start of the race. Mayfield is behind me, so hopefully he'll slow a whole bunch of people down, and that'll help me get a little buffer on everyone else. All right, we'll see how it goes. I'm nervous. Though if Mayfield's really slow, then Schrader will jump in between Mayfield and me. Then I gotta watch out for him. All right, here we go. Don't spin the tires. Be careful.
Green, green, green. Clear. Outside. Clear outside.
Look how nicely I let Rusty go there. All right, I'm going to try and let Schrader go in this turn, I think.
Inside.
Marlin go.
Clear inside.
Not Mayfield. Mayfield, you stay back there. I need Mayfield to be my buffer between me and all the faster cars back there. And he's doing a really good job of it too. Well, he was. was not a good turn 2. All right, some of those top 10 cars are going to be coming up on me here pretty soon. I think I'm going to let some of these go right here. Let Marlin go, Rudd.
Clear.
Try and stay right here.
Halfway home.
All right, here comes Mark Martin. I don't want to let him go in 1 and 2 if I can prevent it. I'd rather drift up in 3 and 4 here.
Inside. Clear inside.
All right, that was pretty good. And there's Hud Strickland on my bumper again. I did not pay attention to what lap we went green. But I think on like lap 2 or 3, he said halfway. Halfway would be lap 147. We've been green longer than that. Okay, I think we've been green for about 15 laps. No. Jesus. I need to keep better track of this. All right, it says 50 laps projected. So, I'm guessing it's been 20 laps. Which would have put the green flag on like 138. I think that sounds more like it. All right, well, there's still going to have to be at least 2 pit stops. If we're only going like 65 laps, then that'll only get us to, oh, jeez. Jesus, I'm not paying attention. Sorry, Marlin. All right, Rick Mast and Marlin owe me one. I'm sitting here thinking about pit stops and stuff and not paying attention. All right, to keep it easy, I need to start watching out for pit stops on lap 200. So it's still 38 laps away. We got plenty of time. Let's pay attention. Lock in. All right, Jeff Bodine has gotten around Hut Strickland. He's fast. I'll have to let him go. And it looks like Waltrip is behind him. Oh, someone's out. Nah, it's Loy Allen. That's not a free spot. There's a line of about 5 cars behind me. I'm gonna have to let them all go. Looks like. Because Bodine is gonna want to get past me here. All right, I'm gonna have to let him go right here. Oh no, Waltrip got under Bodine. Going into that turn. Looks like Bodine has gotten back in front of Waltrip. I'd rather just stay in front of that line if possible, but I mean, that's like top 10 cars right there. They're going to want to get past. All right, here they come again. Now it looks like Jarrett is getting under Bodine. If we can catch these lap cars, then maybe I can use a lap car to slow those guys down and not have to deal with them. All right, this is a tricky spot. We got Marcus here as a slow car. Jarrett's now on my bumper. He's a fast car.
Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, that did not help. All right, I'm going to have to let Jarrett and these guys go going into this turn. You know, they're taking some weird line off turn 2, and it's slowing them down. And then by the time we get to turn 3, they're pretty far behind. I don't know if he's taking some weird line because he's trying to pass me coming off too, or what.
Inside.
All right, we'll let a couple of them go right there. Todd Bodine is for position.
Clear.
Looks like everyone else got stuck behind Marcus. Oh, I see smoke. Yeah, someone got up into turn 3 wall. Boy, Todd Bodine looks a lot faster than me right now. All right. Tires looking okay for now. Oh, someone's in the wall in turn 1 and 2. I don't see a car, just smoke. Some people are pitting. Oh, these guys getting in the wall. All right, Waltrip's catching up to me. I'll let him go in 3 and 4.
Car inside. Clear inside.
Let's go, Waltrip. Let's let Kyle Petty go. Yeah, here's the rest of them. Let's let those guys go.
Clear inside.
I'm not racing them. tire looking? I feel like I'm a little slower on this run. I mean, at the end of the run here, I would think I would be catching Marlin. Car is really tight. I think I just didn't take as good a care of my tires on this run or something. Tires looking pretty yellow. Yeah, tires don't look as good in this run. The right front's looking pretty yellow. And I should still be able to go another 10 laps. I don't know if that tire looks like it's going to go another 10 laps. Okay. Pit stops are starting. I'll give it like 2 or 3 laps. Unless the tire turns red. Yeah, the tire's red. Alright, I think I got a pit.
Leader's pitting now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pit this time. Shit, it just blew. Slow down, slow down, slow
Exploded a
down.
tire. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. The pace cars in turn 1. We got trouble on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 2.
All right, I think I should just roll through here.
On the back straight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll through here. Hopefully I cross the line before the leader and it won't cost me another lap.
The pace cars in turn 3.
The tire's flat though,
Okay,
so
you're
I gotta
clear
be
of pit
careful.
lane. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line.
Alright, I'm gonna go around and get caught up.
Car.
Then I'll do my pit stop and I'll see where I'm at.
Past the 4 car. There's an accident in turn 3.
Good. Hopefully a bunch of guys got knocked out. That'll be free positions.
Past the 4 car.
Working on it.
Pit road is now
Don't
open.
hit the wall.
Oh man, they're showing us a black flag. You're dropping debris out there. We gotta
Oh,
fix it to
okay.
clear that black flag.
Alright, whatever. Just trying to get caught up. Well, I could see that tire was not looking good. And once it turns red, like, there's really no option. You have to pit. So I was coming in that lap. And when I hit the brakes to come down on pit road, that's when it blew up. And I slowed down just enough to make it inside the wall. That was really close. All right, I need to pit. Can't pass those guys before the line.
Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500. In second, past the 18 car.
Okay.
The pace cars on the front straight. The pace cars in turn 1. Go, go, go! Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500. In second, the pace cars in turn 2.
All right, well, no damage. Car's fine. I think it was the right decision to just roll
pace
through
cars
the...
on the back straight. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 4 car.
I think it was the right move to just roll through the pit road there. I don't know if it ended up helping me, but if I had stopped in my pit stall, I would have been before the start-finish line, and I wouldn't have taken the caution yet. So I think if the leaders came around and passed the line while I was on pit road, I would have lost the second lap. So I think it was the right thing to do to just roll through, get the caution on pit road, and then come back out and then pit under caution in this situation. I don't know what happened in that wreck. Let's see if anyone's out. Mayfield's out. I saw Loy Allen go out. That was earlier. Maybe Mayfield wrecked. All right, well, 14th through 25th is 1 lap down.
We're going green next time by. We're now on the lead lap. Get on the inside line. Stay behind the 40 car on the inside line.
See, Marlin got his lap back. If I had been able to stay out another lap under green, if my tire didn't turn red, I might have gotten that lap back too. But, oh well. I'm glad I'm starting last. It's a little safer back here. All right, 94 to go. There's going to have to be at least one more caution. I'm in 23rd. Shouldn't Rusty and Greg Sachs be behind me? I wonder where they're at. I'm in 23rd. And the best I can do right now, it looks like it's probably 16th. Oh, we'll see how it shakes out. Still a long way to go. All right, cold tires, don't spin the tires. Try and take it a little easier on the tires this run so I don't have that happen again. And the temperature went down 1 degree, so it's a little cooler.
Green, green, green.
All right, looks like Hamilton's really slow.
Outside.
I just want to be careful here. Let the tires come up to temperature.
Car outside. Still there. Clear outside.
What lap did I go green? That was 200?
Still there.
The Bonnie brothers side by side.
Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
Almost pancaked the wall off too that time.
Car outside. Clear.
It's so risky, like in turn 3 there, you don't know if Labonte is going to cut down and try and pass. So I kind of wanted to try and dive under Labonte there, but if he's going to cut down to try and pass, then we just got to wreck. But Burton is holding us up here, so I would think Labonte would be able to get by him. He's looking. Steve Grissom's coming off pit road. He'll be fast here with fresh tires. I have to just let him go. I don't want to do it in 1 and 3 or 1 and 2, but
inside. Clear inside.
come on, Grissom. Grissom has fresh tires. He should be flying by these guys. I should be following him through. But he's just not looking like he wants to try and pass anyone. And I don't want to pass him because then he'll be riding my bumper. Come on, Grissom, go low. Thank you. All right, Bobby Hamilton is really slow here.
Car outside. Clear outside.
He's got a lot of damage. He must have been in one of those wrecks.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Now we're back to Terry following Jeff Burton. I mean, Jeff Burton and Todd Bodine are spots, I think. I know Jeff Burton is. That's not helpful. Looks like Ken Schrader has some damage too. Jeez, be careful. All right, this accordion shit, pardon my French, these guys, man. All right, no damage. Should be okay. That right front doesn't look good, but it hasn't looked good all day. These guys, they just won't pass. They're just kind of hanging in line. I mean, Grissom should be faster than all of them. Terry Labonte should be faster. Should be around. We should be able to get around him. Just be careful. Still a long way to go. And it looks like it's Kyle Petty who's holding everyone up. Okay, here's Todd Bodine making a move. Okay, on Kyle. Good. Let's get Kyle out of here.
Outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear.
All right, at least they're spread out enough to stop the accordion thing from happening. I think I might have really flat spotted that right front tire. The 4-speed back is acting a little funky. and it's feeling pretty tight in the turn. Yeah, it's just not turning as well. It's all right though. All right, the green came out on 200. We're at about halfway through this last run, or through this run being 245, about 246. I think there's a chance the AI start pitting here in the next couple of laps. As Jeff Burton peels off to go down pit road. Yeah, sometimes the AI will kind of split the last run to the checkered flag into two, like in half. I think that's what they're doing here. Yeah, people are pitting. I'd like to stay out and see if there's a caution I can get my lap back. But if there's not a caution, then the longer I stay out, the more it's going to hurt me.
Clear outside.
So like right now, I'm losing a lot of time to Jeff Burton. If it goes green to the end, I don't think there's any chance of me catching him. But if I can get a caution, I think that may put me back on the lead lap.
Car outside.
And I could potentially get a top 10.
Clear outside.
All right, looks like the majority of everyone is still having pit, so I'm staying out. How's my tire look? Okay, the tire looks fine. I think I'm kind of just going to follow what Lake Speed, Shepherd, and Labonte do here.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, okay,
go.
nice.
Race back to the line. There's an accident in the pit.
Nice, nice. Doesn't look like I'm going to be back on the lead lap, but...
Pit road is closed. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 29 car.
I'm definitely in better shape now. This is the highest position I've been in the whole race. Can I pit? Can I pit, spotter? Hello?
Pit road is now open. We can't pit this time by. We're not on the lead lap.
Whoa, be careful. All right, looks like we got 9 on the lead lap. And back to 22nd is 1 lap down. Yeah, Jeff Burton is now 2 laps down, so I don't have to worry about him anymore since he pit early. That's a lot of cars 1 lap down. All right, we're at 22, 1 lap down. All right, I think the best I can really do here is a top 15. But it's all going to come down to where I line up for the restart and hopefully staying out of wrecks on the restart.
Keep it under 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second. The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. We'll give you 1 can of fuel.
I have to be in front of Bobby Hamilton, though.
The pace cars in turn 1.
And there he goes.
Go, go, go! Yes, we nailed that stop. Great work, guys.
That is going to be a disaster trying to start behind him. He's going to be really slow.
The pace cars in turn 2. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 30 car.
All right, looks like I'm gonna be 5th in line on the bottom. Once they get this sorted out. Is Marlin is up there in the very front. Is he now on the tail end? Yeah. All right, so there's some guys on the tail end of the lead lap here. I'm not going to be able to pass them, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get a top 15. I really don't want to start behind Bobby Hamilton. He's going to be really slow.
We're going green next time by. We're now on the lead lap. Get on the inside line. Stay behind the 30 car on the inside line.
But position or track position is really important right here. So there's only 36 to go. If I started in the back, I would lose like 10 spots. So here we go. This restart is going to be a mess. I'm just kind of hoping that somehow I can get around Bobby Hamilton, who's all bent up right there. He's on the last restart, he was slow down the straightaway, so it's going to be a rush trying to get around him. Who else was up there? Oh yeah, Jeff Burton is up there too, but he's 2 laps down. So I'm only racing Irvin, Todd Bodine, and then dudes behind me. It looks like Schrader's behind me, but he's pretty slow too. All right. I'm racing Irvin and Bodine, and I'm trying to watch out for Bobby Hamilton.
Now. Going green.
All right, cold tires. Don't spin them. Going green on 258. Just be careful. 36 laps is enough time.
Green, green, green. Car outside. Clear. Car outside.
Ooh, I did not realize Brett Bodine was on my outside there.
Outside. Clear. Outside. Still there.
All right, cold tires. The car is really tight, not turning. Let's get under Hamilton right here.
Clear.
Okay. Whoa, Bill. Going all slow.
Still there. Clear.
Okay, Bill is on older tires. I'll bet he pit under green or something. He might be one of those guys who's on the tail end. All right, here's Todd Bodine. This is a spot. Oh, and he's all busted up, so he must have been involved in that wreck.
Still there. Clear.
All right, no problem there. I'm in the top 15. I'll be honest though, I really should have wrecked on that restart. I had no idea that Brett Bodine was on my outside. And I just barely got in front of him coming off turn 2. See, Jeff, if you're not going to pass, don't cut me off like that. I mean, if you're going to go low and pass. He goes low just to block me and then doesn't pass. And you know, Jeff Burton did not pit on that last caution, so he's on old tires. We should be going around him easily right here. Oh, and Jeff Bodine is for position. I didn't realize that.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Ooh, almost hit him.
Outside. Clear.
All right, lock in. I think Jeff Bodine's on old tires too.
Car outside. Still there. Still there. Clear outside.
Wait, Rick Mast is for... Oh, all these guys that were on the tail end are for position. Because now they've gotten passed by the leader and they're on older tires. All right, I may get a top 10 here. They probably should have just pit on that last caution. Even though they would have been a lap down. Poor Rick Mast, his bumper's still messed up from that lap 1 deal where I ran into the back of him on accident.
Car outside. Still there. Clear.
Man, he's still in the top 15, so he's all right. I thought they would have fixed that at some point, but I guess not.
Still there. Clear.
like Marlin didn't pit onto that caution either. All right, well, there's no way I'm catching Irvin. I've noticed I bottom out in turn one when I'm driving around, like, without any other cars around. If I was following someone, I wouldn't be bottoming out. I don't know if I'm just, it's a driving style thing. Just diving into the turn too low, or a little lower than I would, or a little faster than I would if I was following someone. Looks like Jared is catching me. I'll just let him go. I'm not racing him. And thankfully he's by himself. It's not a whole line of cars behind him. Jared has had a really fast car in this race. See what's going on in the lead. Rudd. I'll let you go in turn 3, Jared. Just hold on. All right, go ahead, buddy.
Inside. Clear inside. Just 5 more to go.
There's the bottoming out. Man, so Jared is in 3rd. If I had gotten my lap back on one of those cautions, I could potentially be running in the top 5. White flag?
White flag. 1 more lap to go.
Checkered flag.
All right, there's the checkered flag.
Whoa, I got 10th on the last lap.
Great job, buddy.
I passed somebody on the last lap and got a top 10. I'm not sure what happened there.
Limit 45. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
I'll take it. All right, Ricky Rudd won it. Yeah, there was no way I was going to catch Ernie Irvan. All right, export. This is number 5, Darlington. Save, number 5, Darlington. All right, so Rudd wins it. Waltrip second, Jarrett third, Brett Bodine fourth, Lake Speed fifth, Morgan Shepherd, Kyle Petty, Terry Labonte, Ernie Irvan, and I passed somebody on the last lap and got 10th. Someone must have gone in the pits or something. Then Marlin, Mast, Bodine, Harry Gant, Earnhardt. I ended up beating Earnhardt. Maybe he was the car that pit. Wallace, Strickland, Nemechek, all 1 lap down. And 30. Oh, you know what? It must have been Bill Elliott, because I think he was on the lead lap. Maybe he fell out on the last lap, or with 2 to go, and then I was able to make up the lap and pass him on the last lap. Actually, but he wouldn't have fallen. It doesn't matter. Somebody pit or something on the last lap, and I ended up moving from 11th to 10th. All right, let's see. I don't remember when any of those wrecks were. I do want to see this first lap when I hit Rick Mast on accident. See, and that's the great thing about this track. For some reason, they won't try and pass you like at other tracks. So it's like they automatically just give you a buffer, which helps out a lot. And then, yeah, coming down the back straightaway. See, I know from practicing starts that they slow down like that going into turn 3, and you got to brake early. And for some reason, see, I'm braking early. We're not even to the groove part or the dark part of the racetrack. I'm braking early, just not braking hard enough. And then I just run right into the back of him. But he saved it. No harm, no foul. He was all right. He still finished really well. Let's see if his hands move here. No. Yeah, a little bit. I guess that's more so with the player car. If the car gets really loose or something, you can see the hands like turning the wheel. So there was that, and then, and then the flat tire. I don't remember what lap that was. Maybe like 130 or something. Okay, the caution is out. Is this when I flatten the tire? No, it doesn't look like it. It must have been the next caution. Yeah, there we just went around Hensley. So then the next caution would have been on like 190 maybe? Looking pretty good there. Who was I following here? Yeah, I was following this group when it blew. This, was it right there? No, because I was going into the pits when it blew. This was a very frustrating run because those guys were just like in a line and not passing each other. And then they accordioned at one point, and I ran into Steve Grissom on accident, but he didn't spin out. At one point, I hit Marlin going into 3. He didn't spin out. So I hit Rick Mast, Marlin, and Steve Grissom, but None of them really had any damage or anything, and we all just kept driving. Okay, here I'm slowing down for pit road, and that's where it blows right there. And then I just barely got it in that pit wall there. That pit wall, it sticks out all funky, or it gets really tight right there. Let's see here. Yeah, it was right when I went down on the flat. Right there, it just blew out. But if I had if it had stayed green and I had missed pit road, that would have just killed the race. But luckily I got in, or I got on pit road, and then the caution came out while I was like right in here, and so I just drove through. Can you tell that the tire is blown there? It looks like it's lower on this side. I like looking at little details like this. Back in 2003, at least with the computer I had and stuff, there was no way I could notice details, like even like their hands moving in the car and stuff. Yeah, right there. It was just right when I went on the flat, it put all the pressure right there on that tire and just popped it. So that was kind of hairy. And then that last restart, let's see. That last run was only like 30 laps. Oh, okay, this was the run where I was following Grissom. Right there, Grissom had fresher tires, but he wasn't passing people. Terry Labonte was stuck behind Jeff Burton lap after lap, and then Kyle Petty was going slow, so it was just this like train of cars, and they just kept checking up in turn 3. But I just couldn't get a run to start passing them. All right, so this caution comes out right in here somewhere. Let's see, and I'm pretty sure it was in turn 3. Okay, yeah, here's where the caution is. Let's see if I can see what happened. Yeah, see, Kyle Petty is now holding up this line of cars. Oh, I think I saw it. There's some smoke right there. Oh, it's Musgrave and Jeff Burton. I'll bet you one of these cars has fresh tires and one of them doesn't. Okay, Musgrave was just an innocent bystander. Jeff Burton pit early, so he's got fresh tires, I bet. Oh, is that Bill Elliott and Rusty Wallace got together? Yeah, they're just going into turn 3. And Bill Elliott just gets into him. Yeah, Bill Elliott hits Rusty. Rusty hits the 8. 75 gets in it. The 16 gets in it. But no big damage or anything. 75 has a whole bunch of scratches on it. All right, so then the restart here was a little scary. Yeah, so the 75 was all slow. I didn't even realize that because I didn't know he was in that wreck and had all that damage. He's missing his whole front end now. And he's got those scratches. And then Bobby Hamilton was really slow. And there's me. Yeah, like right dead center in the middle of the pack. It's like the worst place to restart. And then I almost hit Brett Bodine. I don't know how I didn't. Let's see here. So we get going. Right here, I'm thinking that I'm all by myself, like single file. Not realizing that Brett Bodine is coming around on the outside here. And I just totally almost cut him off there. That was really lucky. Let's see if I can see that from his point of view. That, I don't know. That, I mean, almost looks like I'm clipped into him a little bit. Oh, I mean, just like an inch. That's one of those times where they say like an extra coat of paint, and I would have nosed it right into the wall off that turn. I had no idea he was coming around on the outside like that. He just totally caught me off guard. Right there. That was really lucky. That could have ended the race for sure. Then after that, so all these guys were on the tail end of the lead lap. I had this mixed up in my head as we were coming to the green flag here. So, okay, Rudd, I think Rudd is the leader there. Yeah, Rudd's the leader. Elliott is on the tail end, Bodine's on the tail end, Rick Mast and Sterling Marlin were on the tail end. So I thought that, I don't know why I thought it, but once Rudd passes them, now they're a lap down, they're on the same lap as me. So I was racing these four for position, and I was racing Irvin for position and Todd Bodine for position. And I think I ended up passing all of them, except Irvin. Let's see. Yeah, Irvin. So all those guys were for position coming down to that restart. I don't know. That was just so lucky that I didn't hit Bodine there. I mean, just barely. Okay, I exported. I saved it. Looks good. I get 11th. Rudd gets his win for the season. Though I think he may win some more races in this season. All right, I'm going to try and bring up the points here. No, not Nratings. That's not what I wanted. Race points manager. Cup 94. Event. It's today 12/13. I was going to say it was Friday the 13th, but it's already past midnight, so it's Saturday the 13th. All right, that looks good. Close. Export. Race results. Darlington. Results. Import. Darlington. Open. Did I lead a lap? I don't think I did. No, I didn't lead a lap. I lost that lap way early in the race too, on like the first round of green flag pit stops. I mean, if I had not lost that lap, or if I had just gotten that lap back on one of those cautions, that would have been awesome. Oh yeah, and I did get that black flag for dropping parts after I flattened the tire. All right, got that in there, saved, export. Pick the file. Points. Right. All right. I think I was I sixth coming into this race? No, I was fifth. Okay, and I stayed in the same spot in fifth. Um, yeah, I'm 65 behind the leader. Rusty Wallace and Ernie Irvin are now tied for the lead. Shepard's 37 points back. Rudd's 51 points back. And then I'm 65 points back. And then Lake Speed and Terry Labonte are tied at 76 points back. Then Ken Schrader at 94. Dale Earnhardt 124. And Kyle Petty at 124. Let's see. So I have 0 wins. Where am I at? Yeah, 0 wins, 0 top 5s, 4 top 10s, 4 out of 5. And I was pretty lucky to get the top 10 in this race. I guess Bill Elliott just dropped out right at the end. No DNFs. And I've completed 1,697 laps. I still haven't finished one of these races on the lead lap, but I kind of like it that way. And I think, I don't know, hopefully if I do well at Bristol, I may stay on the lead lap there. And I've led 2 laps on the season. So I think so far it looks pretty good. I mean, I've had pretty clean races for the most part. Just a little bit of an incident at Rockingham, going through the grass. Little bit of an incident at Richmond, though that took out a lot of guys. And then Atlanta, that race, I mean, just everybody was involved in that wreck on the front straightaway. And then this one was clean other than accidentally getting in the back of masked Marlin and Grissom. Where's Jeff Gordon? Jeff Gordon now has 3 DNFs. He has 2 top 5s and 3 DNFs in the 5 races. And Mark Martin is back here with 3 DNFs as well. Hopefully those guys will move their way to the front. I mean, at least Mark Martin should. He's a top 5 car. He's just had a lot of bad luck at the beginning of the season. All right, the real race. I actually watched this race last night. Dale Earnhardt won it. Let's see, Mark Martin second, Bill Elliott. Mark Martin, that was a cool part of this race. Mark Martin had won the IROC race and the Busch race on Saturday before this race, so he was going for 3 wins in a row on the weekend, which would have been pretty incredible, especially at Darlington. Bill Elliott started on the pole, finished 3rd. There was some really good in-car footage from Bill Elliott, especially at the end when Derek Cope waved him by and just let him go. It kind of shows how at least back in those days, it was very common for guys to just be like, all right, you're faster, just go. Just go. Like, I'm not going to try and race you knowing that you're faster. Just end up in a wreck or something. Chuck Bound had a good finish in 12th. Jimmy Spencer? Where's Jimmy Spencer? 27th. Started 27th, finished 27th in the 27 car. Engine failure. And Jeff Gordon overheated. Remember seeing that, which was very common too. I don't know if it's still common at Darlington, but there were so many rubber marbles that it would get in the grills, and then the cars would overheat. Happened all the time at Darlington. And Jeff Gordon was a victim of that. And there's Jeff Bodine with one of his many DNFs. And it's really unfortunate how many DNFs he had in this season. If he could just stay in the races, he would have done so much better in the points. Like, he would have been top 5 in points probably. But he just couldn't finish races. And Bobby Labonte got in a wreck with a couple of other guys off turn 2. And Ernie Irvin was in the lead after this race by 81 points. Certainly the front runner at that point. I mean, he was looking really, really good. Let's see, where's he at? Yeah, he finished 6th. I mean, he was running up front in every single race. He was leading laps. He was finishing top 5. I think after like the 4th race, they said his average finish on the season was like 2nd place, which is just ridiculous. But he was just on his game. That whole team was just kicking ass in 94. All right. Well, if anyone checks out this race, thanks so much for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time running it. I love Darlington. That track is really fun to drive in this game. And I like that it's hard and it takes so much concentration. All right, that's it for this one.